the definition of the derivative to find f prime of x. So what we're going to do is use the derivative of the function. The definition of a derivative is defined at f at a given coordinate x, and it's given by f prime of x, which is equal to the limit of f in parentheses x plus delta x, n parentheses minus f of x, all divided by delta x, as delta x approaches 0, provided the limit exists. So go ahead, and you're given f of x is equal to negative 5x, and you have to find f prime of x. So go ahead and write down the formula. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have to plug it into f of x. If f of x is negative 5x, you're just going to plug it into negative 5x. You're going to get negative 5 times x plus delta x minus negative 5x divided by delta x, and as delta x approaches to 0. So then you get limit, and you use the distributive property, negative 5 times x, and then negative 5 times positive delta x. It's going to be negative 5x. Negative 5 times delta x is negative 5 delta x. And when you're subtracting a negative, you're adding, so add 5x all over delta x. As delta x approaches 0, so then go ahead and find the limit. So you got negative 5x, and you got positive 5x. They cancel out because they're similar like terms, and they cancel out. They have opposite signs. So then you're left with negative 5 delta x divided by delta 5 delta x, and you have delta x approaches 0. Then you have limit. So what you're going to do in the last step is going to make sure that you divide by your GCF of delta x. And so divide by delta x in the numerator, divide by delta x in your denominator. Reduce to the lower terms, you get negative 5 over 1 as delta x approaches 0. So the limit of negative 5 divided by 1 is negative 5 as delta x approaches 0. So then the limit is negative 5. So f prime of x equals negative 5. And that's your derivative.